Can it be your faith in?
So I know this might sound crazy, as you've read from the title, but I actually think Sanji might be Oda's favorite Straw Hat. Now, I know what you're saying, Jay, after everything that you said, all the rage, disappointment, after your collab with Ohara, how could you say such a thing now? Now, this is one thing I like to mention every single time. With new information, you have the right to change your opinion. Now, let's use an analogy here. Everybody has that one friend, or you could be that friend, that gets teased by their friend group and they enjoy teasing you. It's more of a joke. You know, you may have something that's quirky about you they like to poke fun at, but at the end of the day, it's all love and your friend group is tightly knit and that's it. That's just your role in the friend group is you'll occasionally get teased. People will kind of play pranks on you, but at the end of the day, when it matters the most, they'll stand up for you, they'll protect you. If somebody else outside of the friend group tries to tease you in the same way, they're probably getting folded. And sometimes that's it. I've been that friend before. We've all had that role in our life before. That's how it works. You may not like it, but it happens. But it is out of love. And I think Sanji's the same way with Oda. Now, this is one thing that I've noticed. Out of all the Straw Hats, Sanji is the most versatile Straw Hat we have on the crew. And you'll say, what do you mean by versatile? Now think about the roles that Sanji can fulfill. Sanji doesn't have to be Zoro. He doesn't need to be Zoro, and Sanji, he doesn't want him to be Zoro because Zoro has one specific role in the crew. It's to be a fighter. That's it. Zoro will always be synonymous with action scenes, fighting scenes, strong presence, and obviously being the first mate of the crew. But Sanji is a little different. Sanji's a chef, but he's also part of the monster trio. Sanji plays the role as a caretaker. He took care of Luffy when he was hungry. He took care of Gin when he was hungry. He saved Tashigi. He took care of Viola. He saves people all the time. He saved Momonosuke and Wano. He's always coming up at an opportune time because that's a role that Sanji has in many previous arcs. If you look at Sanji as a leader, Sanji has taken the role of leadership in many times in Dressrosa, where he called Luffy and said, hey, Big Mom ship is here, bro. What do we do? Do I have a right to engage? Luffy's like, go ahead, bro. Sanji led the crew. If we go to Punk Hazard, Sanji saved the G5? The G5 Marines and Tashigi and said, yo, get out of here. I got it. Leadership roles. Again, Sanji in Enies Lobby. He saved Usopp from Jabra. Then he told Usopp, you have a role to play. There's something you can do that I can't. Go do your job, King. He also plays the role as a tactician. Mr. Prince, the espionage feats, Skypiea, destroying the Arc Maximum for a little bit of time so Nami and Usopp could escape, halting Eno's progress, the leadership role that he took in Zou, where Luffy wasn't there and they ran into Capone. Sanji took it upon himself to rescue the crew so we could go on to Whole Cake Island. Sanji takes many different roles. Not to mention, he also has the role as the third strongest on the crew. Yes, you'll say Jinbei, Yamato, whatever, I don't care. For the sake of the video, Monster Trio, third strongest. Sanji has a role as a fighter and as a combatant and as an officer. So, Oda, the way he's used Sanji, again, more versatile than everybody on the crew. Sanji's roles that he plays is all dependent on what Oda wants to do. So he picks on him all the time. He makes a gag out of him that's probably the most annoying out of all the cruise ship, and it's probably the most highlighted and probably the most used out of everyone on the crew. Then you think about all the roles that Oda would use Sanji for, and think, wow, Oda really uses Sanji a lot in many different ways. Wow, he doesn't do that with everyone else. Everyone has their own specific role. Sanji's a chef, but he's so much more than a chef within the Straw Hats. Not to mention the emotional ties in his character. Sanji has a range of emotions. Remember when Sanji lashed out at Jinbei for apologizing to Nami? That wasn't Sanji's place. Why would Sanji do that? That's one of Sanji's worst moments ever. Why? Irrational. Human. Then there's times where Usopp and Nami, or where Usopp and Luffy were fighting. Sanji backed Zoro up. Yeah, Luffy, you can't be doing that. What are you talking about? Zoro's right. Sanji fought Luffy just to make him go away because he knew he needed to sacrifice himself for Luffy because Big Mom wouldn't let them go. irrational decisions, emotional behavior. Sanji has range, and then there's moments where Sanji is cool, very calm, very decisive. Remember in Alabasta, remember the speech he had to Chopper? I have this role for you, I need you to do this. Within the midst of chaos where Crocodile's running rampant, Sanji's telling Chopper, I need you to do this. In Wano, Chopper's crying, screaming, oh, Luffy, Luffy. Sanji's like, Chopper, settle down. How many miracles do you need to see before you start believing? Sanji's versatility is immense. Now, I'm going to tie this into Wano. The reason I'm saying that Sanji might be Oda's favorite Straw Hat is because look what's happening with him and Queen right now. The usage of the word judge's son, judge's son, judge's son. The moment Queen found out that he was a Vinsmoke, all of a sudden now we're getting more exposés on, what was it called? Oh, that's right, Mads. Mads. So Mads is the new thing. Judge's scientist group. Sanji knows about Mads. But you know who else is in Mads? We have Queen. We have Caesar Clown. We have Judge. Oh wait, we have Vegapunk. Oh, Vegapunk. Interesting. So based on this research, based on Sanji being a Vinsmoke, based on Oda's usage of Sanji, we may get an expose to not only what was going on with Mads, what might be going on with the lineage factor, but also Vegapunk. Vegapunk information. We might get a Vegapunk flashback because of the way Oda has written Sanji into this story and the fact that Sanji is a Vinsmoke. Now he's interacting with Queen. What if we see Vegapunk in Wano and he sees Sanji and finds out, oh, you're a Vinsmoke. Oh, I know Judge. Yeah, he was kind of crazy. Sanji's like, oh, Sanji would be combative. He wouldn't engage. He wouldn't ask Vegapunk about his backstory with He wouldn't ask Vegapunk about his backstory with Judge. He wouldn't do that. But Oda would use that for Vegapunk to possibly go on a monologue, probably talk about lineage factors. What if Vegapunk saw Sanji use Diablo Jambe and Vegapunk could explain why Sanji's feet can turn on fire? What if that has something to do with the lineage factor? There's a reason why the race suit can only fit Sanji and other Vinsmokes. I think lineage factor has something to do with it. I think Sanji might be tied to a lineage factor. And I also think that Sanji's relationship with Judge and with Queen and with the fact that he might be tied to Mads, Sanji's being used as a plot point for Mads at this point. The more we learn about Mads, it'll be because of Sanji. Oda is tying Sanji to plot points within the story that will carry on later on and give us info dumps. Why does Sanji seem to be used in so many different ways by Oda if he hates Sanji? And that's something I've been saying, oh, Oda hates Sanji, he bullies Sanji, and you know, at the end of the day, I'm still not a fan of the gags. I understand that. But what I can say is that I have more appreciation for the uses of Sanji, the differences in Sanji, the way Oda likes to move Sanji around like a chess piece. He's like a knight on a chess table. Unique movements. So when I say Sanji is Oda's favorite Straw Hat, Sanji is Oda's favorite Straw Hat to use in many different circumstances. And one thing that you've noticed with your favorite, you always find a way to include them in whatever it is you're doing. And Sanji just somehow happens to be at the crux of everything, whether it's a troll moment, whether it's the Black Maria, whether it's the Robin moment, Momo being saved, raid suit, Sanji's always there. So for me, I think we're about to get Sanji's greatest fight. I think we're about to see the raid suit in its full entirety. I think we're about to get a lot of Mads flashbacks, Judge flashbacks, Vinsmoke flashbacks, lineage factor reveals, Vegapunk information just from this Queen versus Sanji fight. And I don't think it's by accident. I think Oda just likes using Sanji in ways that would eventually please us, but sometimes will piss us off. But that's what friends are. Friends are people that we love seeing, we love interacting with, but at the same time, they can piss us off. And I think that's how Oda sees Sanji. So maybe I should probably stop giving Sanji such a hard time. I could try. Yo everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe here to get the latest from the channel, or also check out some other videos that might suit your specific tastes.